The schedule released yesterday. Detroit Lions had 5 primetime games. It's going to be a great season. I'm looking forward to it. The expectations are high. The schedule just released yesterday. And in today's video, we're going to be going over a way too early season prediction for the Detroit Lions season, man. But without further ado, let's just dive right into the video, man. Week 1, we're opening up the season in Kansas City at Arrowhead on Thursday Night Football. The first primetime game, the first NFL game of the season. Arrowhead's going to be rocking. It's going to be their Super Bowl ceremony. They're going to be having all the distractions going on. So that may lean towards the favor of the Detroit Lions, but it is Arrowhead. It is Kansas City. It is Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid in September. So unfortunately, I had the Detroit Lions starting out 0-1. Now we go into week 2. We got 10 days to prepare for Seattle. This year, I want to beat Seattle. I'm so sick of losing to Seattle. Last year, they beat us. They got to go to the playoffs, and they got the pick before us. They stole Devin Witherspoon for us. Seattle is the ops to me. I don't want Seattle to win. I hate Seattle. So this is a dub for us. This is personal. This is a revenge tour for us. Week 2, we get our first win. So after 2 weeks, we're sitting at 1-1. Now let's get into week 3. We're hosting the Atlanta Falcons. That's an easy dub. I'm not scared of Desmond Ridder. I know they got some flashy players. They got a decent defense, but they're still a young team, and I'm not really scared of them. Bijan Robinson versus Jahmyr Gibbs. It's going to be a highlight battle. I'm excited for that matchup. But Lions at home against Atlanta against Desmond Ridder. I'm all for the Detroit Lions in that one. So we're sitting at 2-1 after week 3. Now Thursday Night Football week 4 against the Green Bay Packers. That's another W. I'm not scared of anyone in the division last year. We went 5-1 in the division last year, and unfortunately, none of these teams really did enough to upgrade to make me feel like the Detroit Lions can't go 6-0 in the division this year. So that's another win. So we're sitting at 3-1. After week 4 in the first month of the season, we're sitting at 3-1. Realistically, I think we can, and I think we could go 4-0 if we decide to show up to Kansas City, which I think we can. I want all the smoke from Kansas City. I'm so pumped about that game. Now let's get into the second month of the season. We're home against the Panthers. This is another revenge tour. This is a game we have to win. It's at home, and DJ's Chard. We got to win this game. It's personal. Let's win this game. Week 5. We're sitting at 4-1. Now let's go to week 6. We're at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have Baker Mayfield as their quarterback and Kyle Trask. I'm not real worried about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could be in the running for the #1 pick this year. That should be another win. So now we're at week 7 going to Baltimore. This is where I have us taking our second L of the season, man. It's going to be a tough game. Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., if they're healthy, it's going to be a battle. But I don't see us going into Baltimore and winning that game just because Baltimore is just a great program. They don't lose many home games, but we'll see what goes on to that point of the season. Then we're home against the Raiders, Monday Night Football. That's another dub. And then we go into the bye week. So at the bye week, we're sitting at, through my way too early predictions that mean nothing, the Detroit Lions are sitting at 6-2 at the bye week, looking really good with themselves. I'll take that. And honestly, there's some toss-up games between the Ravens and the Chiefs. It's going to be a fun season. Let's see what happens, man. But for right now, I got to sit in at 6-2. Now let's get into after the bye week. We go to at the LA Chargers. That's going to be a tough game. Hopefully we can pull it out. But for right now, I have us taking an L in that game. So now we're sitting at 6-3 after the bye week. Then we go to week 11, first game against Chicago. That's at home. The Ford Field's going to be rocking. We got to have that game. We're going to go to 7-3. Against the Chicago Bears, week 11. Week 12, another game against the Green Bay Packers, Thanksgiving. We know we got to win that game. At easy money against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. I'm not worried about the Packers, like I said earlier in the video. Let's go. Let's bring it. It's Thanksgiving. Let's finally win on Thanksgiving. So there we go. We got the Green Bay Packers win week 12. And then we go to the Saints. This is another toss-up game. I think we should win this game, but I'm going to be more conservative, and I'm going to say we lose because New Orleans is a hard place to play, and it's Jamal Williams. It's going to be a fun game. We'll see what happens in that game. But for right now, I was taking the L in that game. Now let's go to week 14 at Chicago. That's another dub. Like I said, we should go 6-0 in the division. None of these teams, Chicago got better, but none of these teams got improved as much as I think we improved, and I think this is our division to take this year. So we go to week 14 against the Chicago Bears. That's another win. Then we come home and play the Denver Broncos. I don't know what Denver is going to be this year. They were atrocious last year, but they do have Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell Wilson is going to repeat any of the situations that season that he had last year. Excuse me. So I think we're going to win that game because it's at home. We should win that game at Minnesota. I want revenge. I want to win in Minnesota. Last 2 seasons when we haven't had much talent on our team, we played neck and neck with Minnesota in Minnesota. Let's win that game. We've been dominating Minnesota the last few years. We beat them when we got our first win of the season. Last year, we should have beat them twice. This year, we should beat them twice again. Like I said, we got to go 6-0 in the division. Week 17 at the Cowboys. I'm just going to give that an L because there's always some BS that goes on in Dallas. Hopefully we beat Dallas because I'm so sick of hearing how good the Cowboys are supposed to be when they never are. So we'll get into that later into the season. Not worried about the Cowboys, but we're going to take an L because it's in Dallas. And then the last week of the season, home against the Minnesota Vikings, I have us taking another dub for the overall record of being 12-5. This is what I think, but like I said, there's some games in there where I think we should win, but I'm going to mark them down as an L right now. But this is way too early to even tell what's going to go happen on the season. But for right now, I have us going 12-5. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Like, comment, subscribe, keep helping this channel grow, and I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you.